Hello friends, welcome to a channel Simplified Concepts. In this video, we are going to discuss ratio and proportions. Basic concepts and formulas are discussed in this video. Kindly go through this video till end. First, ratio is used for comparisons. For comparing two things, we use ratios, fractions and percentages. So, used for P is to Q is noted as P colon Q. So 5 is to 1 is can be written as 5 divided by 1. So ratio is used for comparisons. The formulas used in ratios is if A by B is equal to C by D, then cross multiply these two things. AD is equal to CB. If AD greater than CB, then A by B greater than C by D. AD less than BC, A by B less than C by D. AD is equal to BC, A by B is equal to C by D. And component rule is used in ratios. If A by B is equal to C by D, add denominator to numerator. Then A plus B divided by B is equal to, here also add denominator plus numerator. C plus D divided by D. It is the component rule. These rules are used in simplifications. So kindly remember these rules. Dividend rule. A by B is equal to C by D. Here subtract denominator from numerator. A minus B divided by B is equal to, here also subtract denominator from numerator, C minus D by D. It is the dividend rule. Combining component and dividend rule, we get component and dividend rule. A by B is equal to C by D. Add denominator plus numerator. A by B is divided by, subtract denominator from numerator. A minus B is equal to C by D. Here also add numerator and denominator. C plus D divided by, subtract denominator from numerator. C minus D. These rules is very much important in boths and streams problems. Boths and streams simplifications. So remember this rule. And another rule is inverter rule. A by B is equal to C by D. Here inverse of this is B by A is equal to D by C. Let us go to discuss properties used in ratios. Duplicate ratios. A is to B is A squared is to B square. Multiply numerator into numerator divided by denominator into denominator. It gives duplicate ratios. A square is to B square. Subduplicate ratio is A is to B can be written as square root of A is to square root of B. It is also it gives the same value. Square root of A is to square root of B gives the same value as A is to B. Triplicate ratios. A is to B can be written as A cube is to B cube. Subtriplicate ratio. A is to B can be written as cube root of A is to cube root of B. So the results we get from this property is A is to B is B value is equal to cube root of A is to cube root of B. The value is equal. So these properties are used in simplification purpose. Proportion, equality of ratios. So if we want to equalize two ratios, then proportion is used. A is to B is to C is to D. Double colon is can be written as said as is proportional to. So A by B is equal to C by D. AD is equal to BC. Here A can be said as first proportional, B is second proportional, C is third proportional and D is fourth proportional. Mean proportional. If we want to mean proportional between A is to B, it can be written as A is to X is to B. So mean is the centralized thing. So centralized thing can be written as mean. So central thing is taken as X. if we, so it can be written in the general form a is to x is to x is to x. The central thing is multiply the central thing x squared into multiply the extremes. A and B are extremes known as extremes. So x squared is equal to a into b. X can be written as x is equal to root of a into b. Third proportional. If we want to get third proportional between a and b, it can be written in the general form. A is to b is to b is to c. So the general form is a is to b is proportional to c is to d. Here a and b only given. So as the third thing c also can be taken as b and the d can be taken as x. So the equation becomes a is to b is proportional to b is to x. So what we have to find is taken as x. So here third proportional is taken as x. A is to b is to is proportional to b is to x. So multiply the central thing b into b. B squared is equal to multiply the extremes a into x. X into a. So b equal to root of x into a. Fourth proportional. If you want to get the fourth proportional between a is to b is to c, then it can be written in the general form. A is to B is proportional to C is to D. We have to find the fourth proportional. So D can be written as X. Multiply the means. B into C is equal to multiply the extremes. Extreme means A into X. So X is equal to B into C divided by A. So remember these formulas, properties and proportional values. It is useful in solving the below problems. Let us go to discuss the first problem. Find the mean proportional between 3 and 35. Here A is equal to 3, B is equal to 75. Proportional. So general form of proportional is A is to B is proportional to C is to D. So we have to compare the two ratios. That's why we use the proportional thing. So A is to B is proportional to C is to D. We have to find the mean proportional. Mean proportional is the centralized thing. So A is 3, B and C can be taken as X. B is equal to D. It is the D is B 75. Multiply the means x squared is equal to multiply the extremes 3 into 75. So x squared is equal to 3 into 25 into 3. So x is equal to root of 3 into 5 squared, 3 squared into 5 squared. So x is equal to 3 into 5, 15. The mean proportional value is x is equal to 15. Find the third proportional to 15 and 20. So take A is equal to 15, B is equal to 20. Apply it in general form. A is to B is proportional to C is to D. We have to find the third proportional. Only two things are given. So C also taken as B. C value is equal to B. D value is taken as X. So the equation becomes A is to B is proportional to B is to X. A is 15, B is 20. So multiply the means 20 into 20 is equal to multiply the extremes value x into 15. So x is equal to 20 into 20 divided by 15. 80 divided by 3 which is equal to 26 2 by 3. Find the fourth proportional to 6, 8 and 15. Here three values are given. So first value is A is equal to 6, B is taken as 8, C is equal to 15. We have to find the D. D value is taken as the fourth proportional. So first written the general form. A is to B is proportional to C is to D. Here A, B, C value, 3 value is given, only the fourth value we have to find. So put all the known things in this equations. So the equation becomes 6 is to 8 is proportional to 15 is to x. Multiply the means value, 8 into 15 is equal to, multiply the extremes, is equal to 6 into x. So x is equal to 8 into 15 divided by 6, 4, 3, 5, 5 fours are 20. So x is equal to 20. Let us go to solve another problem. Here A, B, C, D are four quantities of same kind such that A is to B is 3 is to 4, B is to C is 8 is to 9, C is to D is 15 is to 16. So find the ratio of A is to D. Here the first value and the last value is only asked. So how to get the answer easily means A by D is equal to A by B into B by C into C by D. So on cancelling this we get A by D. So arrange this in equation. 3 by 4 into B by C is 8 by 9 into C by D is 15 by 16. So A by D is equal to 5 by 8. Second question is find A is to B is to C. Here what is given is A is to B is 3 is to 4. In question B is to C is 8 is to 9. So we have to find A is to B is to C. So put A is to B 3 is to 4. B is to C is 8 is to 9. Copy the B value in the blank area. 4 is also skipped in the blank areas. Here 8 is also skipped in the blank areas. So multiply all these things. 8 3s are 24. 8 4s are 32. 9 4s are 36. So the ratio on cancelling this we get 6 is to 8 is to 9. Find A is to B is to C is to D. What is given is A is to B is 3 is to 4, B is to C is 8 is to 9, C is to D is 15 is to 16. A is to B is to C is to D. 3 is to 4, 8 is to 9, 15 is to 16. This 4 is also written in C and D. 8 also written in this area, 9 also written in this area. So 15 also written in the blank areas, so 15 is to 15. Multiply these things. So 360 is to 480 is to 540 is to 576. On cancelling this we get 30 is to 40 is to 45 is to 48. Thanks for watching. Please share and subscribe to YouTube channel. Kindly go through all the videos. It will be useful in solving competitive exams.